Hey, you beautiful human. It's Nina here. This episode's going to be different than our typical episode. I tell you a little bit about what the episode's going to be about. We usually hear a 1 minute intro, and then I launch into a story and psychoeducation and fun goodness. You're still going to leave with a tool, but I'm going to skip the 1 minute intro today. Primarily, I'm going to tell you why. Today's episode is going to be about capacity and sustainability. And I'm going to tell you, I am at capacity, folks. This divorce is driving me into the ground. And I don't mean physically, I mean spiritually and emotionally. I'm so heartbroken behind the scenes. And yet, I am loving my work. I am passionate about my family time. I am loving this cold weather. It is sweater weather, right? Life keeps going, even when we are really going through it. And so today's episode is about capacity and sustainability. I'm keeping it short and sweet and still super effective. So, we're going into the holiday season. All of us are doing this, whether you celebrate or not, actually, you're still going into the holiday season, which means extra stressors like extra traffic. Maybe this weather is not your cup of tea, right? There might be financial strain, emotional distress, family time may not be your jam, right? So, as we go through today's episode, have a journal on hand or a really good friend to dialogue with. That is what we're going to be talking about. Not every facet, of course, but at least one facet to help us explore triggers around this and how we can help us stay, help ourselves stay stable, excuse me, even in the midst of incredible drama, incredible heartache, incredible pain, loss, and so on and so forth. One of the phrases that I will use with my clients is I will invite them to bench press an emotion. Okay. Now, stick with me here because this episode's not going to focus on bench pressing, but this is a great skill to have. Even if you are struggling with something, you still have moments, even if it is a glimmer. I really love the bite of that donut, or mouths, somebody complimented me on my outfit, but I'm not happy. But just those moments, those little moments of joy or hope, right? Whatever it is that feels good there, confidence, those little moments, you can bench press them. And so during the holiday season, I say bench press your joy, which means see if you can lean into it, hold on to it for a little bit longer, and get a little bit stronger at holding that. Okay. You might also realize that you're avoiding an emotion. You can bench press grief, bench press loneliness, bench press sadness, lean into it and hold it for a little bit longer and figure out what is going on here for me. And also, if I've continued to bench press it past when it's beneficial for me, how do I put down the weight? Okay. So, for all my creative folks out there, my imagery driven folks, that's what I want you to ask yourself this upcoming week. And as we go through the holiday season, how do you bench press what's beneficial for you and really lean into it and pick up that weight if you need more of it? And also, how do you, if you have been bench pressing something that's not so beneficial for you, put down that weight? How do you put down that weight? Okay. So, there's your first skill. Click save, write that down in your journal. And here's my other one for those of us who are like, I want to go to the family event, Nina, but I hate it, right? And I'm like, hey, little gremlin, you little holiday gremlin, let's talk about it, okay? Control what you can control. Write that down in your journal, please. It's so important. Control what you can control. You cannot control how other people feel. You cannot control what other people say, what they do, what they think. Okay. Those things are not within our control. You can't control the weather, the fact that it's the holiday season, and so on and so forth. So, my friend, take a breath in. Ooh, what can you control? Here's the next skill that I'm going to offer you before, during, and after. Write that down. I want you to make a plan for what happens before the upcoming event that you're stressed out about, during that event, as well as after that event, in order to keep you stable. You are not this, constantly renewable resource that's going to be around forever. You are human. I am human. We have limited capacity. And don't get me wrong, we have an incredible capacity for probably much more than we even know. And yet it still has its limits. So when we think about planning before, during, and after, here's what we got. Before, I want you to think about what is it that fills your cup, okay? How do you fill your cup? If you have emotion, well, guess what? It's energy that needs to be expressed. How do you get that emotion out? How do you find a funnel? Okay. So it's not just about filling up your cup, but how do you funnel energy out that's not going to be beneficial for you to hold on to? Okay. What kind of food is it that you need to eat? What kind of events or activities are going to keep you stable? Okay. How do you get yourself as in touch with yourself as you possibly can before this upcoming event that might be stressful for you in a way that is the most beneficial for you possible? Okay. Plan your before, fill up your cup, find your funnels for that energy to move on out and get as stable and vibrant as you can. Yes. Control what you can control. Step two, though, because that's just before. Now we need the during. During the event, I want you to think about this real carefully now. What are the things that are going to stress you out during this actual event? Is it a particular type of person? Maybe we avoid that person or we keep the greeting very short. Okay. Is it that, oh, I don't want to be uncomfortable, right? Physically, right? Be careful about what you wear. Wear something that serves you, friend. Wear something that makes you feel like your most vibrant self. Don't dress for other people, dress for you. Okay. We want you to stay stable. We want that cup full as it can be, because I guarantee you during that event, people are going to pull from that cup. They're not even going to know 9 times out of 10, right? That's a number I'm just randomly throwing out there just so we're clear. They're probably not going to know that they're even taking from your cup. But even being around people can take from someone's cup, right? Unintentionally or otherwise. And so you are going to do everything you can to control what you can't control. You're going to wear what serves you. You're going to eat what serves you. You are going to express yourself in a way that serves you. So if saying hello to everyone is what you need to feel great, then do it. If saying hello to no one is what you need in order to still show up and feel good about yourself, to be clear, then great. You do what you need to do. Okay. Minding, of course, I don't know the context of your situation. So I really hope that you're thinking about this. The last thing that I recommend, of many things that I could recommend during the event, is that you mark your time limits. I want to spend time with family. I really want to spend time with family, but oh my gosh, we always end up fighting and, the people have been drinking and eating and whatever the case is, right? People gonna do what people gonna do, right? So here's what we're gonna do: control what we can control. If you're not writing that down yet, you should. So we're gonna control what we can control. And during, if well, usually it's after like 3 hours that people get that way. Guess what time you're leaving? At about 2.5 is when you're going to start saying your goodbyes. Okay. I really can't even imagine being there an hour. Great. You just booked in half an hour for yourself to say hello to everybody and goodbye to everybody. Enjoy that half hour. Bench press your joy in that half hour, right? And if you're sitting there listening to this and you're like, girl is crazy, I don't know what she's talking about. My family's going to ask me a million questions about why I'm leaving. Why am I not staying longer? Control what you can control. If your family's going to push you and try to push past that boundary and pull you into staying, you're going to script out a line right here, right now, folks. You're going to script out a line that is going to help you maintain your boundary. Okay. I don't care what the line is, so long as it serves you. And I'm going to be honest, I got a penchant for honesty here. I really value candor. So I would invite you to find something that is honest, right? If you, let's say it's 30 minutes, we're going to give you that example. And you're like, I really want to be able to check out of here in 30 minutes, but I don't want my family to know that I don't want to be around them longer than 30 minutes. Great. What's the truth? Right? What is the truth? You are really looking forward to some alone time, or you have some other plans that you already pre-planned, or you had a different thing in mind for what your Thanksgiving would look like, or your holiday, or your upcoming stressful event, right? Just be honest about what it is. If I had to pop into character right now, if I'm that 30-minute person, I might look at my family and say, oh my gosh, I love you guys. I got a quick turnaround. I'm only going to be here for 30 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to say my hellos. I'm going to say goodbyes and load that I love you. Okay. And that's that. Right? What? We want so much more time with you. We miss you. Let's catch up. Oh my God. You know what? I would love to do that. I hear you. I would love to do that. Definitely. Let's schedule something. Yeah, but why aren't you staying longer? I hear you, right? We're all so busy these days, man. I'm so excited that I get these 30 minutes with you guys. Okay. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug, mush, mush. You move it along. Okay. Stick to your boundary if you know it's what's beneficial for you. Okay. Let's move on. We just did before, we did during, and now we're going into after. Control what you can control. I have no idea what's going to happen at your event. Even with the most tools that you could possibly use, you could still be stressed out or hangry or whatever the case is after this event, but you will have already planned what you're doing after this event. Why? Because you listened to this episode and you took it to heart, friend. Okay. You're already going to have planned prior to this event, your before, during, and after. Okay. Your after is when you're going to think about, okay, let's say the event goes late into the evening, okay? Getting to bed at a particular time. Waking up the next morning that's your after plan. Okay. If your event goes late into the evening, what are you going to be doing the next morning to bring you back to a state of stability, feeling golden, like your most vibrant self? Okay. If your event is earlier in the day and you know that you're going to have time after that to think about it and maybe even, ruminate on it, we don't want that. If we can help it, let's control what we can control, right? So, what are we going to do? If your event is earlier in the day, you are going to plan for something after that event. It does not matter what it is, so long as this may sound familiar, refills your cup and allows you to funnel energy out that is otherwise not as beneficial for you. You with me? I hope you're with me, folks. Okay. So here is what I am now leaving you with. I hope that you have taken control what you can control. Okay. I hope that you have taken your before, during, and after plan. And I hope that you are taking your emotional bench pressing with you. And also when it's time to let go of that weight. Okay. Some beautiful skills here for you. That is all I planned for this episode. Short and sweet for you, my friend. Maintain your capacity the best way you can. You are not an overly renewable resource, but you can maintain some sustainability. You have got this. Okay, my friend, I am sending you energy. Thank you for the energy you are sending me in listening to this. And if this has been helpful, please share this episode with somebody you know who needs a quick little tidbit while they're like knocking out their Ticino in the corner. Like, let's get it done. Let's get the skills going. Let's get the conversation and the dialogue happening so we get more people making it through the holidays in ways that is more beneficial for them long term, my friend. Okay. That's all I came to say. And otherwise, stay safe and stay curious.